The Riptide from Eventide is 2 pedals in one. It is a drive and it is a Uni-Vibe. In fact, it's kind of 4 pedals in one. There's 2 drives and 2 Uni-Vibes. I'm going to jump straight into the pedal because it's simple but powerful. So, there are 2 modes to begin with, and you can change them by pressing down the Vibe button. This is in preset mode, and you tap that, and you can go through the different 5 presets, like that, and when you find one you love, kick that, and you've got a preset. So there are 5 presets on board, and another 127 available via MIDI. But we're going to skip the presets for a moment and put it in manual mode, and then what we can do is we can turn the drive and the Uni-Vibe on and off independently. Then, this is a very cool feature. The LED is not an LED, it's an LED button. Look! I played this for the first time a few months ago at Gear Street, and I loved that feature. I've never seen that in a pedal before, but maybe you have, I haven't. I think it's super cool, and we should be doing it more often. Hang on, turn the drive on. There we go, look at that! I think that's brilliant. You might have noticed there's another one up there. So we've got drive on and off, and then the 3 drive controls, drive, tone, and level. Then we've got vibe on and off, and we've got the 3 vibe controls, vibe, speed, and intensity. This one up here is kind of the coolest feature about it. With it on, it means you're going drive into vibe, and then with it off, you're going vibe into drive. So let's find a sound, and then I'll just press that swap button and you can hear the difference. Let's do clean tone first. This is the Black Star St. James EL34. Right, vibe, drive. Let's swap it. That's super whooshy. Right, let's just try the drive for a little bit, and I'll explain how that works. First up, the green drive, which is a mid-focused drive, crunchy stuff. We're talking tube screamer, I guess. Onto the red. So, the red is, according to the manual, a smooth and boosted overdrive. And I'm not sure exactly what that is. It would be fashionable to be a clon, of course. I don't know what it is. Let me know. If you do know what what is it called? A smooth and boosted overdrive is, let me know it in a comment underneath this video, please. Thank you. So let's turn the drive off for a moment and just play with the Uni-Vibe. Green first, which is a traditional Uni-Vibe, and then we've got 3 controls. So, vibe, speed, and intensity. The vibe is how much of a mix we have. All the way down there for no vibe, even though it's on. And as we bring it up to about 50%, it's more chorusy. Sorry. And then 50% chorus. And then we're going to get into vibrato territory. With the vibrato, that's quite sort of normal, sensible, one should say. Ah, there it is. I love it. Let's put a bit of drive on with it. Oh, let's take that tone. So, tone in the middle is neutral. This is darkening it. That is brightening up a bit. Let's have it a bit darker. As dark as it can go. So again, it's still fairly sensible on the tone section. I'm going to make it bright, and I've got a telly, but it is on the neck position. So that's not majorly extreme. Man, those knobs are very, very nice to turn. That's a quality knob. Let's try that with a different drive. So in the intro track for this, I just had fun, and the solo was a one take, and it was like the third take I did because it's just really inspiring. It's one of those pedals that makes you want to play, or makes me want to play, and that doesn't happen very often, or at least I like Uni-Vibe, but sometimes things tend to get over the top, you know, and wobbly and weird, and I managed to make this sensible, but now let's make it weird. So let's go intensity, speed, vibe, all the way up, drive all the way up, and then tone in the middle, level, back it off a bit. I desperately want to try this with humbuckers. Let's plug in my Albatross. Right, back to the drive. Stop being silly. Let's just have a normal, good old-fashioned drive. I like that. Let's max the drive, see what happens. What happens into the Victory Sheriff 25? Had a bit of vibe in there. At this point, I'm just messing around. So if you're having fun, I hope you're having fun. I am. Right. It is $299 in that area, which is not a small amount of money. And of course, you can get a lot of effects these days for less than that. This one, however, is oozing quality, which I know it kind of makes me sick saying it. So apologies if you heard that and felt a little bit sick in the back of your throat. But the build quality is just beautiful. These knobs are, like, you're turning that, it feels like you're adjusting nipples on an angel. I really wish I hadn't said that. Turning these knobs feels like an intricate machine that has been devised by people from the future. Yeah, that's better. Now, let's reverse that again, and this is now vibe into drive. Let's put it sensible. We'll try and do something bluesy, shall we? Yeah, so super simple pedal and super easy to get good results. I'm going to go intensity and low speed. What's that going to do? Is that going to kind of wobbly? Let's find out. This is a pedal you can get lost in. That is absolutely beautiful, and I'm only running it currently in mono, and it does run in stereo. I don't normally run a stereo setup here. It's not something that I play live with, but I, of course, am going to do this stereo for you so you can hear it. I'm going to do that not with an amp, with a amp simulator. I'm now in stereo using the Walrus Audio ACS1 as my amp sim. Let's hear it. That is beautiful. I hope you're wearing headphones just like I am, and you're not listening on a mobile phone right now, because you will not get the beauty level that I'm experiencing right now. Let's tame the drive a little bit and stick some of that on the green one first. I think I prefer it without the drive. The drive seems to be taking away some of that warm washiness, but definitely in the red order. So that's drive before Uni-Vibe, giving us a more stereo field. That sounded like I knew what I was talking about. What I really mean is I just like it like this. Yeah, that's just simply beautiful. And it's actually a joy to wear headphones for a change. I can really feel the sound filling this ambient space. But there's also more you can do with the Riptide if you have an expression pedal, which I do. Okay, I've plugged in my Boss EV30 expression pedal, and watch those lights there. There we go. Whoa! So what you can do is you set a heel position. So let's go drive there, tone dark, vibe subtle, speed slow, and intensity there. Then we move that, and then we whack all that up. Diddly diddly diddly. And of course, it doesn't stop there. You can just adjust one parameter. So let's get just a sensible amount of drive and a sensible amount of vibe. No, let's put the speed all the way down. There. So that's our setting. That's what it's going to look like. There we go. Just adjust those. And then push it down. And then I'm going to push the speed all the way up. And that means that when I adjust this, the speed is going to change. And yet everything else stays the same. You could also do it with drive, for example. So let's do that. Drive, put it down, push the drive up to there. And then we've got, there, I'll put it on top so you can see it. Great. I mean, the world is your lobster there, because you could just turn the vibe off and just have that as a drive pedal, and then use this to control how much drive or level or any of those parameters. I think that's a great function. I think it's almost a necessity to increase the fun. One of the benefits of this pedal is the simplicity. There's no menu diving or anything, and yet, as I said at the beginning of the video, it's super powerful and you can do loads. It's not just a 2-button stomper. The manual is not 10 out of 10 brilliant. It's sort of 7.5, 8. So I'm just going to show you one thing that I think the manual doesn't cover that clearly. I'll show you how to save a preset. First, go into preset mode by holding down Vibe, and then you change some things, and this is your wonderful preset. Then you cycle through the preset ladder, as they call it at Eventide, and then you just press drive, and that saves it. Extremely quick and simple, but somehow the manual confused me. And then doing that cycles through the presets, and there's including the one that you've saved. And go back out of preset mode, you just hold down Vibe, and then you've got back in Stompbox mode again, which I think I prefer. I'm not sure. Also, you can save the settings on the expression pedal, by the way. Not sure if I mentioned that. The other feature I want to talk to you about is the catch-up feature, and I've got it selected on mine. So it means that if you've made a preset and then you want to change the knobs, normally on a pedal it would jump to that setting. So say you've got it preset at 15% and the knob is actually there, then when you start touching that, it's going to jump up with drive. That doesn't happen if you have this mode enabled, because that knob, or any knob indeed, won't do anything until it reaches the point that the preset's at, therefore kind of fading in the effect or fading in the change. This is what I mean, right? So you'll see that this ladder starts to flash when I play. And then move the drive, it's flashing because it's not going to adjust it. It's not going to jump. But when I start to, there we go, there, now it's changing. Rather than just jump up with a load of drive, listen again. There was a gradual little increase. Brilliant. The sounds are beautiful. So the drive is great. It's digital. You wouldn't know it. I really wanted to look inside and think, is this really digital? It sounds and feels like a good drive. And that doesn't matter if it's analog or digital. The Uni-Vibes settings, I tend to stay mostly on I think the green, but the phasery one is beautifully whooshy. The sounds are not to be disagreed with. There's nothing bad I can say about the sounds at all. However, no, just kidding. No, the sounds are great. The build quality is superb. It's $2.99, which is not a small amount of money. But if you want something in stereo, you want something that's super inspiring and is certainly capable of storing those sounds, this is an absolute no-brainer. But let me know what you think. There is a comments section underneath the video. I would love to hear your opinion on the Riptide. Is it the pedal you've always wanted, or is it just another 2 pedals stuffed in a box and $299 stuck on it? I really hope that isn't the case for you, because I think it's a good pedal. Right, there's a subscribe button just there if you want more from me in the future, and if you want to purchase the Riptide, there are of course affiliate links down there in the video description. But don't forget, it's not what you play, it's why you play. See you next time, bye-bye!